Hello again. So, back in the mid to late 80s, I believe it was Billy Connolly made mention about pooper scooper laws. And he's talking about people are taking what is possibly the most biodegradable substance on Earth and wrapping it in plastic. And so then he speculated on what are future archaeologists going to think when they find these plastic bags full of dog poop, and will archaeologists be quitting their jobs just because of finding this stuff? And little comedy bit. But it was back around that time when cities started making pooper scooper laws. And why am I talking about this now? I'm talking about this now because for the past year or so, I've been out taking walks. I take walks for exercise. And seeing these little plastic bags, obviously bags of dog poop, laying on the ground. So now you got people cleaning up after their dogs, as they're supposed to be doing, but they don't want to carry the bag of poop with them, so they just toss it. I think the first one or two I saw were in the bushes. It was like hanging from the bush, there's this little plastic bag, and obviously inside it, it's got this little, dog poop. And then it's just over time, over the course of the past year, I've just been seeing more and more of these just lying on the sidewalk. It's like I'll follow the law and pick up after my dog, but then I'll just toss the bag to the side. And some of these, like I said, over the course of the past year, some of these have been there for a year or longer. Because this is when I first started noticing it was a year ago, and some of these bags, I walk the same path often, or got a few different paths I walk, so I do the same routes on several occasions. And sure enough, there's the bag someone dropped. So, back to Billy Connolly, I mean, some of these would have decayed away if they had just left them. Which I'm not saying we should revoke the pooper scooper laws. I love the pooper scooper laws. Keep the dog poop off the ground. But if we're just going to drop bags of dog poop around instead of actually throwing them away, then some of these would have decayed away by now instead of sitting there in their plastic bags for a year or longer. Even worse, some of these, I'll see there's a bag, obviously it has dog poop in it, and 10 feet away there's a trash can. Seriously, people, you understand the concept of cleaning up after your dog, but you're too lazy to go 10 feet out of your way to put the stuff into an actual trash receptacle. I don't get it. One place just down the street here, one of my neighbors, they got their trash can there, and sitting right next to it on the ground are 2 or 3 small bags of dog poop. Come on, is it too much effort to open up the can, toss the stuff in, close it? I don't think the neighbor's the one doing it. I think someone else is. I don't understand why. So yes, I'm all in favor of people cleaning up after their pets. But as long as we're doing this, as long as we're making laws telling people to do it, you can be fined for doing it because there are signs posted saying you can be fined if you don't clean up after your pet. Why don't we have a law saying throw the stuff in an actual trash can when you pick it up? It should be a fine for leaving a plastic bag full of should be a larger fine for leaving a plastic bag full of dog poop than there is for just leaving the dog poop itself, in my opinion. But I think a lot of people, if you think about it, will agree with my opinion here. Now then, I've been saying dog poop. I mean pet poop. We have no laws making people clean up after their cats. Now, next door neighbor has dogs. 2 or 3 times a week, I'd look out a back window. I see him in my backyard, because his dog would run over and poop in my yard, and he'd clean up after it, because he's a good neighbor. He's a responsible neighbor, and I liked his dogs. So, all's good there. Eventually, he got tired of this. He put a fence in, so he no longer has to do this. His dogs stay on his yard now. He just has to clean up his own yard. Everyone's happy. But again, even before he put the fence in, sure, on occasion I find it out there, but I know that within a day or two he's going to come along and clean up after it, because he's a responsible neighbor, good guy. One of the best neighbors I've had, actually. Another neighbor has a bunch of cats. Cats are supposedly so clean and they bury their poop. No, they don't. How do I know? Because I find cat poop in my backyard all the time. At one point, the guy was talking about how he loves his cats. They're so adventurous. They're free roaming. He loves the fact that they roam the neighborhood and go about and adventure around. Because of course, when they're doing that, they're not pooping in his yard. They're pooping in other people's yards. And yes, I know there's his cats. I can tell the difference between dog poop and cat poop. I used to work in a facility with cats, and so I know what it looks like. They didn't bury them in the facility all the time either, even though they had litter boxes. So from time to time, I take my shovel out to the backyard, scoop up some cat poop, and toss it over the fence, because I know where it came from. It's going back to who it belongs to. But we don't have laws against cats. Dogs, yes. You're with your dog. The dog should be, first we have leash laws. Keep your dog on a leash so it's under your control. Then we had pooper scooper laws. You got your dog under your control, now don't let it do its business all over the place. Clean up after it. Logical progression here. I'm all for it. Cats, on the other hand, let your cat do whatever. We don't care. It wanders around the neighborhood. We don't care. It poops in your neighbor's yard. We don't care. There is definitely a double standard between dogs and cats. I think some law has to come about to arrange, get rid of this double standard. Make sure that the cat people are taking care of their cats as much as we expect the dog people to take care of their dogs. So that's it. Like I said, I am looking forward to the day when it's not enough for you to just pick up after your dog. You have to actually throw away what you pick up into an actual trash receptacle. Either that or, like I said, if we were to cancel the pooper scooper laws, the stuff would decay away already. It wouldn't still be sitting around in plastic bags for a year or longer, as some of it is. Or better yet, confine people to pooping their dogs in their own backyard. That's it. Strange subject, but like I said, I've been taking walks recently, and over the course of a year noticed that pooper scooper laws aren't quite doing what we are hoping they would do. We've made a little progress with them, not complete progress. That's it. Hope you all agree. Hope you all write your congressman or whatever. Have the federal pooper scooper, not going to go so far as the feds go, but, talk to your local government and tell them, the laws themselves, they aren't stopping people from still dropping bags of poop around. That's it. Have a nice day.